Welcome, everybody. I've got Steve here, and we are here to talk about the new Spider Man set for Magic and
Mhm.
why it is a pass for both of us. Neither of us are excited about this set. We're going to go down, I think, like five, six reasons why we think this set's a bust, and why I think, honestly, people are going to lose their hats pre ordering this at $700-800 a box. Everyone thinks it's
Is
Final
that
Fantasy, but
is that what collector boxes are right now? $700? Really?
yeah, I think they're
Oh,
already so I
okay.
think the MSRP is 400 something, and then they're pre-ordering
Mm.
at 750, and people are gonna lose their lunch, right? Like if you're pre-ordering 10 boxes thinking they're gonna go up to 2,000, like the trajectory for Final Fantasy or whatever, people are gonna lose their lunch. And
Yeah,
we're gonna
yeah,
go why we think this set is kind of meh, but I think even the online sentiment right now is so much different than it was for Final Fantasy, where people were coming into
mhm,
Magic and excited, and like already it feels like there's kind of like rain clouds over this set, and I think they're trying
yeah.
to make people excited. They just released one of the Infinity Stones, which I'm like, oh crap, does that mean we have six more or we have five more sets? If they're gonna do an Infinity Stone per, like, oh crap, we're
I
stuck.
think so. Yeah,
But Steve, what are your thoughts? We got some cards here. You've
yeah,
done a little more thinking about this than I have.
yeah. Maybe.
Why are you a pass on this?
Man, there's a lot to say. I'm going to start off with the positive about Magic right now. Is I have been really pleased with the last three sets, like uh, Tarkir, Dragonstorm, Final Fantasy, and Edge of Eternities. These are three all timers. I love them. I'm going to keep playing them for a long time. They have a limited, and I'm actually trying to fill out my Final Fantasy set, at least one copy of every card. Final Fantasy really exceeded my expectations. So there's been a lot of good stuff with Magic going on, and with the exception of Aether Drift, I think actually the whole last year from Bloomberg on has been like nothing but hits. This I think is a real miss. I think we've talked before about how I just do not think the Spider-Man or the Marvel universe, but Spider-Man in particular, fits into Magic the Gathering. But thematically, artistically, none of it. And I like Spider-Man. Like, he's one of my favorite superheroes. I like playing Versus in its own card game, but I just don't think this fits here. There's so many directions we could take this, but I'll start off by saying one of the problems with the set that I'm seeing right now is it is it's a smaller set that was originally designed, obviously, to be something like Assassin's Creed, like a kind of a boutique product, not draftable. Probably it was designed to have smaller booster packs, kind of its own separate side thing that you could buy or not buy. It doesn't really matter. Assassin's Creed has like no good no cards have any impact in other formats. But then Hasbro, probably the direction of Hasbro, that said this has to be a standard set. All
Money,
the
money, money.
Yeah, because if it's standard, then the standard players have to buy it, make it draftable, so the drafters will buy it, and don't make it an ignorable thing. And I think it was too late in the design cycle, so this is already like a weird set for drafting if you're into that. Not all the color pairs are draftable. They're all thematic, and there's like problems there too.
I just want to say that like these cards, like I detest most. Like guy in the chair. I'm sorry, like I don't want like I live in the present. I don't want to like I'm looking at a monitor as we film this video. I don't want to look at a monitor as I play my tactile analog card game or whatever, right? Like
Yeah,
uh
yeah,
it's just like it takes me out of the experience. Like I want the high fantasy or
right,
the whatever sci-fi, or like I just don't want to be in present day. And I like Spider-Man. Like I watched
right,
all of the like the TV show. Like I'm a big fan, but this
right.
just like I think I said this in a previous video. Like I don't want my lands to be like the Bronx or like a swamp is like an alley. Dirty like rat-filled alley is a swamp, right? Like that's just not
Right.
cool. Like I live in the city. Like I don't need to like play in the city as well.
I think Magic can go pretty far, like, mechs are fines. Even the spaceships are cool, it works. But like this card looks like an unglued, an Unfinity set, or even just something some guy made up to put on the internet to joke around with. Like a year ago, I would have thought this is just a joke on Reddit.
It's like a fan card. It's like, oh look at me. I'm in like it's like
Yeah, yeah.
um
Um, Gwen Stacy one is like also no better. Like she's got the iPhone with the earbuds, and the backpack, and oh no. And there's a bunch more like that too. If you look at the spoilers, and then yeah, a lot of them looks like the art is really bad. Um, Origin of Spider-Man is another card that so it's a saga, right? It's supposed to represent Peter Parker getting the Spider-Man powers, but it doesn't, like, if you read what it does, it doesn't really fit that. Like, create a spider creature token, and then you put a counter on any creature you control. But like, they didn't create a spider, and then the spider doesn't get powered up. The guy gets powered up, and then the last chapter is creature gains double strike until end of turn. Which, okay, but that's nothing about this is a human becoming a superhero. It's I think this is the opposite of the top-down design care they put into Final Fantasy, where like every one of those cards feels like they started with the character in the property or the event and figured out how to design it carefully for Magic. This feels like a random, decent card saga that they just plastered Peter Parker on.
Yeah, I think there's also this, and Avatar might suffer from this as well, but having 3 really big Universes Beyond properties in 1 year is also like attracted. Mm-hmm. One, it's put like this giant spotlight on the game, right? And so I think people are waiting for a slip up, right? Like, and it wasn't Edge of Eternity, right? And it wasn't Tarkir. It's like, okay, it wasn't Final Fantasy. So it's like, where's the slip up going to be? And I actually don't think it's going to be Avatar. I think it's going to be Spider-Man. And I think there's also this like weird, like the death of MSRP that's happening, right? Where you can't find product, like not even play boosters, because there's so many people buying them for ripping and shipping and whatever various ventures. And like, I just think it's like not good for the health of the ecosystem if like MSRP is immediately gone. And the only way you can get products if you go to your game store and wait there until they open. Like I my local game store, there's like people that line up on product launch day to try to get something at MSRP, presumably for their own collections. But I don't know, like if you see you can sell it online for $300 more, like it warps your motivations, right? For like why you're collecting this stuff or why you're doing this. And I think it just takes a lot of fun out of the hobby. And right now, like this Spider-Man stuff is like way too expensive for what it is. I don't want anyone to lose their hat. I don't want people to like lose money, but I do think approach with caution is I'm not pre-ordering any of it. I'll watch from the sidelines. Maybe I'll play a pre-release. I don't know. But right now, pretty unintrigued.
Yeah, I really we've come it's gone in a pretty bad direction where it's gone from being something you could play Friday Night Magic, easy to get into. But I mean, you didn't even have to use to like even pre-register that stuff. You just walked in, there's plenty of product, you just sit down at a table, to being like a Nike sneaker drop situation.
And like I totally understand wanting to have different tiers for collectors versus players, and like arguably having collector boosters makes the play boosters more accessible because collectors are chasing a different product. But I think that I don't know how global printing presses work, but I guess there's just not enough like time. Well, there's also not enough time between sets. Like they cannot print and distribute all of this quick enough. I mean, this is why, like, if you're thinking about poor like Tarkir, when is Tarkir going to get a big reprint? It's going to be a long time because you like Final Fantasy's got to be up in the hopper. Edge of Eternity's got to be, and you already have Spider-Man, plus Avatar. Like, when are you going to actually have time to reprint and distribute Tarkir?
Right.
Or, I don't think anyone wants to redistribute Aether Drift, but maybe Foundation.
Not going to happen.
Yeah, but like, it's like a pretty long queue, right?
No.
I just think it's like hard to have breathing room for products, and Final Fantasy, like they cannot get enough of it out there, and great problem to have, but it's not a great problem to have when it's every single one of your products, right?
Are Final Fantasy play boosters still sold out in your area?
Yeah, there's none available. I think on TCG they're like $230 a play booster, and I think MSRP is like $160 or something.
Yeah.
So like, it's just kind of crazy, the demand for this stuff, and I think a lot of it is around the perceived value. I mean, I can tell you that it's always fun watching the pre-release cycle with Edge of Eternity just out, and it's like every card that you thought was $10, it turns out is 25 cents. Like the precipitous drop in the value of every single rare or mythic or whatever. It's just like the Soulstone.
The Soulstone. This card's going to be, I think, the most valuable card in the set that I've seen so far.
I agree.
I think there's gonna be a lot of 25-cent rares out of Spider-Man. This one's obviously the pushed card. I think this is the one that comes in the chase variants, right?
Yeah, there's two variants. There's like a full art one that's kind of cool. I just like I don't know if they're serializing anything. That's the other thing. I don't think they are. At least that has not been
Mhm.
announced yet. That might be the
Right.
one way to kind of gas up this product is to have serialized stuff.
Right.
Otherwise, it's like if everything is just kind of available in play boosters, or like why buy a collector booster for $700 or
Yeah.
$800?
No, man. Yeah.
It's
Oof.
crazy.
And I think, the Final Fantasy, way too expensive, the collector boosters, but there's good cards, some pretty good cards in that set for a variety of formats. But the popularity of the characters to a wide range of different fans, because there's fans of all 16 games. The alternate arts of those popular characters are probably going to be valuable for a long time, I think.
Yeah,
Whereas this, I don't know. I'm not so sure.
I could see this just kind of being like, remember there was a Spider-Man set that came out a year ago? Yeah, I have some of my bulk box. It's like it's just. I think some cards will maintain value, but I can't really imagine there being a huge chase over Gwen Stacy here. I think this whole stone there will be I guess 5 more sets or something of Marvel stuff.
The Infinity Stones, yeah.
Yeah, and then I guess it'll probably be a gauntlet as well. So maybe it's a preview of things to come. But we still got 6 weeks. There could be some good stuff that's released here before. I think it's September 29th is the release date. But
yeah.
I think there's way too many speculators and pseudo cardboard investors that are circling around this product.
Yes. Well, the good thing for me then is that I can spend the next 2-3 months finishing out Final Fantasy, working my cube, getting some more Edge of Eternity's play in, a little bit of breathing room. I'm going to skip this one.
Yeah, that's a good plan, Steve. That's like eating your fruits and vegetables right there. Good approach. This is like dessert. Like this is like too sweet, like too much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a short cycle. I feel sad for frankly Edge of Eternity because I think it deserved more like breathing room on both sides, and it's just like Final Fantasy, and then this was out. It's just that's actually my set that I think long term Edge of Eternity is going to it's a great set, has great lands. I mean, maybe Spider-Man will have great lands and trick us all into buying it, but
Edge of Eternity is really great. It's really I had a blast playing Sealed with it, and I've gotten one draft in on Arena, not on paper yet, and it was pretty fun. I think it's going to be really fun to draft more Eternities. So that's a set that I think I'm going to come back to during the lull of things I'm not interested in this fall.
Which is actually a good point to close it on. One final thing with the Spider-Man set is it's not going to be available on Magic Arena. Yeah. There is copyright reasons. I think Sony owns it, the digital rights. I don't know. There's something.
It's because the rights to an online trading card game for Marvel are owned by whoever's making Marvel Snap, which I think is still doing really well. So they don't want to cannibalize on that. So all of these cards are going to be reskinned on Arena with different names and pictures. So if you play on Arena, you need to learn this set in its alternate guise called Beyond or Through the Omen Paths, I think.
That's just going to be so funny to have like guy in chair is like orc sitting in, misty forest or something. It just
no. Yeah, well, I guess it'll still make a counter a spider or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway,
I do not think this will be a good set to draft, so I think people probably will not engage with it much on Arena, is my guess.
Yeah, or maybe we're all wrong, and there's like a ton of Spider-Man fanboys that are waiting to buy a collector box, put in their display next to their comic book, and I'll happily be wrong. But I'm guessing that this will still be an expensive set. There will still be I don't think collector boosters are going to go from 700 to even below MSRP, but I don't think they're going to have the same trajectory at Final Fantasy. Like Final Fantasy boxes are insane and are on their way to like $1,500 of collector box. And I think they'll hit 2,000 before the end of the year. And like, that's crazy. And that I'm not buying any, I'm not in the market, but that's where they're headed. There's demand and people love it and whatever, people have money. So,
yeah. And I think Final Fantasy boxes, collector boxes and play boxes will be something that will be a collector's item at at a wide range of like video game and anime conventions for years to come. I think people are gonna be left holding the bag on Spider-Man, is my guess.
Absolutely agree. All right. Thanks for hanging out, guys.
Mhm.
Like, subscribe. We'll be back with some more related Spider-Man hate content. Just kidding. But we'll catch you guys later.
Later.